You're not lazy, you're mentally weak. And before you get defensive, listen carefully. Because this might be the most important thing you hear today. Mental weakness doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've trained yourself to quit when things get uncomfortable. Think about your day, not what you planned, what you actually did. You wake up, and the first thing you do is check your phone. You didn't even think. It's automatic. That's not laziness, that's conditioning. Then you have something important to do. Something that could actually move your life forward. But instead of doing it, you delay. You tell yourself, I'll do it later. And later turns into never, again. That's not laziness, that's mental weakness. The inability to act when action is required. And the truth is, you weren't born like this. You built it slowly, over time. Every time you avoided something hard, you made it easier to avoid the next thing. Every time you chose comfort, you made discomfort feel harder. Every time you quit, you trained yourself to quit faster. That's how it works. Your brain adapts, it learns patterns, it builds habits. And right now, your habits are working against you. There's a quote that says, "We do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems." And your system right now is weak. Not because you're incapable, but because you've never trained it properly. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people. Both want success, both have goals, both have dreams. One of them wakes up and does what needs to be done, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like it. The other one waits for motivation, for energy, for the right moment. 1 year later, their lives are completely different. Not because one was smarter, not because one was luckier, because one was stronger mentally. That's it. Mental strength is the ability to act without emotion, to move without motivation, to continue without results. And most people don't have that because they never built it. They only do things when they feel like it, and feelings are unreliable. Some days you feel good, most days you don't. So if your life depends on how you feel, you will always stay stuck. Now here's where it gets real, because you already know what to do. Wake up earlier, work harder, stay focused, avoid distractions. You know all of it, but you don't do it. Why? Because knowing is easy, doing is hard. And hard is what builds strength. That's why your life isn't changing. Not because you don't know enough, but because you don't execute enough. And execution requires mental strength. Let's talk about something most people ignore. Pain. Not physical pain, mental pain. The discomfort of doing something you don't want to do. That's where growth lives. That's where discipline is built. That's where your life changes, but you avoid it. You run from it. You replace it with comfort, scrolling, watching, delaying, escaping. And every time you do that, you weaken yourself. You make it harder to face reality. You make it harder to take action. You make it harder to change. That's the cycle you're stuck in. And the only way out is through discomfort. Not around it, not later, through it. There's another quote. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. And right now, you keep choosing what you want now. Comfort, ease, distraction. That's why you don't get what you want most. Success, growth, freedom. You can't have both. You have to choose every single day, every single moment. And your choices are building your future right now, not tomorrow. Right now. Let me ask you something. Be honest. How many times have you said, "This is it, I'm going to change"? And for a few days, you tried. You were motivated. You were focused. But then you stopped. You went back. Same habits, same routine, same life. That's not a motivation problem. That's a discipline problem. That's mental weakness. The inability to stay consistent when things get hard. But here's the good news. You can fix it. Not with motivation, not with hype, with training. Because mental strength is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it stays weak. If you train it, it grows. So how do you train it? Simple, but not easy. You start doing things you don't want to do, on purpose. You wake up when you don't feel like it. You work when you don't feel like it. You focus when your mind wants to escape. You finish what you start. No excuses. No negotiations. That's how you build strength. One decision at a time. One action at a time. Repeated daily. That's it. No secret. No shortcut. Just discipline. And over time, something changes. You stop relying on feelings. You stop waiting for motivation. You start acting automatically. That's when you become dangerous. Because now, nothing can stop you. Not laziness, not distractions, not excuses. Because you don't listen to them anymore. You act, no matter what. That's mental strength. And that's what you need. Not more knowledge, not more videos. Action, consistent action. Even when it's hard. especially when it's hard, because that's where your new life is built. So the next time you feel like quitting, remember this. That's the moment that matters most. That's the moment that decides everything. Quit, and you stay the same. Push through, and you change. That's the difference. And that choice is yours every single day.